I'm about to give you the 6-step morning routine I created to become that guy. I've already been doing this routine for a few months now, and I've noticed an increase in my confidence, the amount of money I'm making, and the attention I'm getting from girls. This can happen to you as well if you follow these exact 6 steps I'm about to give you. Which brings me on to the first step, and that is to immediately get out of bed after waking up. Now this seems simple, but for many people this is where most will fail. Because when they get up, they use their conscious mind. Instead, I'm gonna show you how to wake up using your subconscious mind, so it becomes second nature. I came across this guy named Steve Pavlina, and he said that the wrong way to get out of bed is trying to use your conscious willpower. And if you try to use this approach, you're likely to fall into a trap where you decide to get up at a certain time in advance, but then you undo that decision when the alarm goes off. So for example, it's 10 at night and you decide you want to get up at 5 in the morning. But 5 in the morning rolls around and you decide it would actually be better to get up at 8 in the morning. But let's face it, you know the 10 p.m. decision is the one that you really want implemented. If only you could get your 5 in the morning self to go along with it. Well, here's exactly how you can do that. Whenever your alarm goes off and you successfully get up and out of bed, I want you to start rewarding yourself. This could be going and getting a cup of coffee, a good breakfast, or literally whatever reward you want. The point is that now you're wanting to wake up whenever that alarm goes off because you want to get up and go get that reward. Now, this won't be subconscious to you instantly, but if you start doing this every single morning, you're training your subconscious mind to get out of bed immediately. And you'll never think about staying in bed once your alarm goes off again. And just with this first step, you're already ahead of most guys who are either still sleeping or laying in bed on their phone. But you're not done. You still got 6 more steps to do to truly become that guy. Step number 2 is to get on a motivational wave. Okay, so now you're up, it's bright and early, but you're not really motivated to start the day. You probably just want to go back to bed. Well, what if I told you you shouldn't be motivated to start the day because motivation isn't what you think it means? You see, motivation isn't something you have before you start. It's something that's earned on the back of being productive already. Think about the last time you were productive on a certain task. After completing it, I guarantee you felt some sort of motivational wave. And maybe you didn't do anything that productive. Maybe you just deposited money in the bank, got a haircut, cleaned your room, or maybe you just did a single problem on your homework assignment. But after doing that one thing, you were motivated to do more. And that's exactly why you need to focus on habits rather than motivation. Because after you complete your first habit or task, you're then able to complete the rest of your tasks with no problem at all. So what I like to do is as soon as I get up, I make my bed. Boom, immediately I start my day off with a win, and plus I got up early. This stacking of habits fuels my motivation bar and it makes sure I don't go back to bed. And now I'm motivated to move on to the next task, which brings me to step number 3, which is my 3-step process to get flowy hair. So right now you're feeling great. You're up, you're out of bed, super motivated to start the day, but you look in the mirror and something just looks off. And for a lot of men out there, it's your hair. And a common theme for men who are known to be that guy is having that very wavy, flowy hair. So I'm gonna show you my 3-step process I do every morning to get hair just like that. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me just show you right now. Come on. Okay, I am now in the bathroom, as you guys can tell. So the first step in this process is to actually make sure I have the hair to pull off this look. Now, most of you are probably like, what are you talking about? But before I apply any styling product, any heat tool to my hair, I actually apply a hair loss serum. Now you guys are probably even more confused. You're like, whoa, you're not losing hair, right? That's right. I actually use this to prevent hair loss from ever even happening. And think about it, if I don't have enough hair or thick enough of hair to even pull this look off, then what's the point of even trying? And that's exactly why I take the most powerful hair growth stimulant. And the one I use is called Scalp Juice, and it's from this company called Mane Up. And what this does is it completely stops hair loss and will actually regrow your hair within 3 to 6 months. And it's super easy to apply. I get about 1 milliliter in the dropper, apply it to my scalp, get this side as well. Rub it in a little bit to help it absorb. And I apply that to my scalp about every morning. I give it a little rub. give it some time to absorb, and that's literally it. And now I'm ready for the next step, which is sea salt spray. Now this will give you that beachy, wavy look, but you need to be very careful when using this because this could easily dry out your hair. See, what most guys will do is they'll take the sea salt spray and just douse their hair in it. Like I said, this will just end up making your hair super dry and frizzy. Also, you need to make sure you have a high quality sea salt spray, because if you don't, that will just end up drying your hair as well. And honestly, all of your hair products should be high quality, and that's another reason I love Mane Up, because it's super similar to minoxidil or finasteride, but there's absolutely no side effect. And if you decide to stop using it, you won't lose all of your progress like you would with minoxidil or many other hair loss medications out there. So once you found a high quality sea salt spray, you are only going to want to do 5 to 6 spray. So I'll do it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're just gonna rub it in after, mix it around, and you can already see my hair is getting way more textured. And honestly, I could stop right here, my hair looks pretty good. And another reason I apply the scalp juice for the first step is because it will actually make your hair thicker and stronger, which I can definitely notice whenever I start blow drying my hair. But usually when I'm doing this, my hair is kind of damp because I'm usually just getting out of the shower. So pretend like my hair is still wet right now, because now is on to step number 3, and that is to use a hair dryer and a paddle brush. Now with the blow dryer, you're gonna want to put it on the medium heat setting, but on the highest frequency. And what you'll do is while you're blow drying your hair, you'll take your paddle brush and just kind of brush up with it to create that volume. And here, I'll demonstrate for you again. Just pretend like my hair is wet. Okay, and as you guys can see, my hair is super volumized. And then right after blow drying, I just kind of mess around with it a little bit. And then boom, it's super volumized, super wavy, super flowy. And as you guys can tell, the biggest reason my hair is able to look this good is because of scalp juice from Mane Up. And now after that, I'm just 4 more steps closer to becoming that guy. Alright, now that we're back, let's move on to step number 4, and that is to have an optimized breakfast. So growing up, my whole entire life, I never ate breakfast. I guess you could say I was doing some sort of intermittent fasting, but I just honestly wasn't hungry in the morning. But I started hearing from my teachers, from my parents, that you need breakfast, it's so healthy. So I started eating breakfast. I was having pancakes, cereal, bacon, and it was literally making me sick to my stomach because A, like I mentioned, I wasn't hungry during breakfast time. And B, because these are the worst foods you could be eating at breakfast. I learned that most of these popular breakfast foods like cereal, pancakes, waffles, are nothing but pure sugar. So what would happen is I would eat all this stuff in the morning, have a sugar high, and then immediately crash an hour later, ruining the rest of my day. So I decided I wanted to optimize my breakfast. Meaning, I didn't care about how it tasted, I just wanted something that would make me feel good throughout the day. I learned that the perfect optimized breakfast is some form of high quality protein and a healthy fat. So I have eggs for my protein, wheat bread as my carb, and avocado as a healthy fat. I've had this breakfast every day for a while now, and what's amazing about this is that it tastes delicious, and it literally takes me like 2 minutes to make. You guys need to try it. Step number 5 is to brush your teeth properly. There are 2 different ways to brush your teeth: the scrubber method and the polish method. 90% of people are scrubbers. So a scrubber is someone who just scrubs their teeth super hard, which I'll admit I used to do. And this is super harmful because I had thinned my gum and exposed a more sensitive area of my tooth. And I'll be honest with you guys, I got rid of my manual toothbrush because electric toothbrushes are just so much better. But if you still have a manual toothbrush, you want to become a polisher, which means you want to apply a gentle circular motion to your teeth, which is similar to what an electric toothbrush does on its own. That's why you should get one if you can. And I don't even like calling it brushing your teeth anymore. I like to call it polishing your teeth, because you need to think of your teeth like expensive shoes that you'll have for the rest of your life. Now, if you are wanting to clean your shoes, would you just scrub them like crazy, like super hard? No, not at all. At least you shouldn't. Instead, you should want to polish them very carefully, very nicely. And that's exactly what you should do with your teeth. Step number 6 is to realize that skincare is a scam and just do the bare minimum. Now, I'm someone who's always had decent looking skin, even not using any skincare products. And having a 10-step skincare system like Patrick Bateman over here will do more harm than good. There have been many studies from experts talking about how having a bunch of different steps in your routine can cause breakouts and many other skin related issues. Plus, the best skincare routine is the one you can be consistent with. And let's be honest here, you're not gonna be consistent with any routine that's over 2 to 3 steps. And if you do have a 8, 9, 10 step skincare routine, I guarantee you 7 or 8 of those products are useless and are just companies trying to sell you stuff. The only skincare products you need is a face wash and a moisturizer. And pro tip, if you can find a moisturizer that has a sunscreen in it, that's even better. Now, to do this properly, I just apply a nickel-sized amount of the face wash, rub it in, wash it out, and then right after, I apply about a dime size of the moisturizer. Boom, now my skin is looking super shiny and healthy. And if you follow this 6-step morning routine, you will dominate every other guy around you and become that guy.